So now we're going to look at descriptive, informative, and persuasive texts. Now remember, all of this information can be found on the study guide. Let's review it together now and let's do the quiz. I'm going to click start. Remember, I'm going to read the question first. What is the primary purpose of this passage? The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden glow over the sprawling fields. The air was thick with the sweet scent of blooming jasmine, and the gentle rustle of the wind through the tall grasses created a soothing melody. In the distance, the silhouettes of ancient oak trees stood tall against the twilight sky, their gnarled branches reaching out like the arms of a timeless sentinel. So I'm going to go with B, to depict a serene and picturesque natural setting, because using a lot of descriptive words. Okay, we have an informative text. So the question is, according to the passage, what role does condensation play in the water cycle? So the water cycle is a continuous process by which water circulates between the Earth's oceans, atmosphere, and land. It involves several key stages: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. During evaporation, water from oceans, rivers, and lakes is heated by the sun and rises into the atmosphere as water vapor. Condensation occurs when the water vapor cools and forms clouds. Precipitation happens when these clouds become heavy and the water falls back to the earth as rain, snow, or hail. Finally, the water collects in the bodies of water, starting the cycle anew. So what does the role of condensation play in the water cycle? It is C, it forms clouds when water vapor cools. And we can see that here. Occurs when the water vapor cools and forms clouds. Okay. So question 3, which of the following best describes the persuasive strategy used in the passage? So plastic pollution has reached a crisis point, choking our oceans and endangering marine life. Every year, millions of tons of plastic waste are dumped into the seas, where it breaks down into microplastics that enter the food chain. The environmental disaster can only be averted if we take immediate action to reduce our plastic use by banning single-use plastics and investing in sustainable alternatives. We can protect our planet for future generations. It's not just an environmental issue, it's a moral imperative. So, what best describes the persuasive strategy used in the passage? Looking at all the responses, I'm going to go with C. It uses emotional appeals and a call to action to motivate the reader to reduce plastic use. Okay, it's using a lot of motive words. So question 4, we have another descriptive text. What is the primary purpose of this passage? The old library stood at the edge of the town, its brick walls weathered by time. The heavy wooden doors creaked as they opened, revealing the dimly lit interior. Dust particles danced in the air, illuminated by the sunlight streaming through the narrow windows. Shelves lined the walls, filled with ancient leather-bound books, their spines cracked and faded. A musty scent, like that of forgotten stories, filled the room. Again, using a lot of descriptive words to create a vivid image of an ancient library. I'm going to go with that. Question 5, according to the passage, what is the function of the left ventricle? So this is an informative text. The heart is a muscular organ responsible for pumping blood throughout the body. It has 4 chambers, 2 atria and 2 ventricles. Blood flows through these chambers in a specific pattern, moving from the body to the right atrium, into the right ventricle, then to the lungs to receive oxygen. Oxygenated blood returns to the heart, where it is pumped from the left atrium into the left ventricle, then sent out to the rest of the body. So what is the function of the left ventricle? Okay, based on all the answers provided, I'm going to go with A, to pump oxygenated blood to the rest of the body, because in the last sentence here, oxygenated blood returns to the heart, where it is pumped from the left atrium into the left ventricle and then sent out to the rest of the body. So I'm going to go with A. Okay, let's look at the last question. which is a persuasive text. So what persuasive technique is primarily used in the passage? So more and more studies show that regular physical activity can dramatically improve mental health. People who exercise regularly experience lower rates of depression and anxiety. Additionally, exercise increases the production of endorphins, the brain's natural mood boosters. If we want to combat the growing mental health crisis, we must make physical activity a priority in our daily lives. Schools, workplaces, and communities should invest in programs that encourage people to move more, not just for physical health, but for mental well-being as well. So, based on this, I'm going to say D, using an emotional appeal to encourage the reader to prioritize physical and mental health. Submit. And we've got all the answers here. So, question 1. Your answer is B, to depict a serene and picturesque natural setting, and that's because while the passage evokes emotions and uses sensory details, its primary focus is on depicting a peaceful and beautiful natural scene. The language used, golden glow, sweet scent, and soothing melody, aims to create a picturesque image of the field at sunset. The passage is less about exploring emotional impact of sensory experience in depth and more about setting a vivid, serene scene, making option B the most accurate choice. So again, here are all the answers. You can have a read through, so you can pause the video, read through the explanations to get a better understanding of why these are the correct answers. So I'm going to leave that here on the screen for you, and you can have a read through them. I'll see you in the next video.